rise too to speak about the minister's response on school infrastructure today, and I note that the previous speaker and the minister left out a few key facts. So let me set the record straight, Mr. President. This is not a proactive agenda from this government. It has been dragged kicking and screaming to actually spend money on building schools and new classrooms across this state. They've been caught out fiddling the figures to delay much-needed new classrooms and facilities across a number of projects because, Mr. President, there is an explosion of numbers across the New South Wales public school system. This shouldn't have come as a surprise to this government. In 2017, the Auditor-General, in a report into school infrastructure, said over the next 15 years the student population is projected to grow by 21%, with 80% of that growth to occur within Sydney. It also reported that there has been chronic underinvestment in New South Wales school infrastructure. The condition of classrooms has been declining due to insufficient maintenance. And it certainly has, Mr. President. This government, after coming to power over successive years, consistently cut money from both the capital and the maintenance budgets. And after a decade of decline, who would have thought that the seeds of it were actually sown in these first budgets? And the figures tell us exactly what's happening. The number of demountables has nearly doubled since 2011, since they came to government. There were 3,900 last year, 5,500 demountables across New South Wales schools. Now let's reflect on the topic of the school at Jordan Springs, which the minister loves to talk about, that just so happens to be in the shadow Minister for Education's own electorate. It was first promised, this school was first promised in 2015. It was promised to be completed by March last year. They finally open it 18 months late, for term 3 this year. A kid who was in kindy when it was first promised will be lucky to finish some of their senior primary school at the school, and this minister and this government wants to take a victory lap. This is the story of so many growth areas across southwestern and northwestern Sydney. These schools are promised, families move to these new areas and are consistently shown a vacant block instead of a local public school that should be the beating heart of that new community. This government consistently delays, consistently fails to deliver on its promises to build these local public schools that families expect when they purchase in these new areas. And it's not just in these growth areas. In well-established areas, we have students being squeezed in like never before. The minister should pause before taking a victory lap. Parents know better. They are
Member's
barely...
time has expired.
Mr. President.